or preying on like sixth, seventh, and eighth graders. And you see that a lot. You see that a lot with these recruiting companies. So if parents are considering working with a recruiting agency, what are some red flags they should look out for when sifting through these people?
Uh, I've been struggling with that concept. Like, how do you tell the frauds from the real people? So I just actually tweeted about this one last night. It was a multi-part tweet. I couldn't fit it all in, but I thought, well, this is pretty simple, isn't it? When somebody's saying that they can help you, why don't you find out, first of all, what they think of you as a player? What are their qualifications? And then what do they think of you as a player? What's their evaluation of you? What do they like about you? What do they think you're going to struggle with? And what I'm noticing is when I go to some of these websites of some of these other companies, they're volleyball people and they're water polo people and they're baseball people. And here's just how I describe it, Erica. Look, I can't tell you the difference between a shortstop and a second baseman. I'm sure there's a difference, and some of it's logical. Like, I don't think I want a left-handed second baseman because they'd have to kind of wheel around and it's going to slow down their delivery to first base. So I can logic some of this out, but I don't think that I'm the right guy to be an expert on baseball because I never played baseball and never coached baseball. I coached Little League, but that's not the same thing. Coaching your kids at 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, it's not the same thing. And I'm a soccer guy. That's all I do is soccer. So I think in the soccer world, I think it's important that you ask soccer people who have been around soccer for a long time, who have seen it at all levels. Because how do you know what Florida State wants or what Santa Clara wants if you've never sent a kid to Santa Clara or Florida State, and if you've never been around those coaching staffs? How would you know? I wouldn't know if I hadn't done it. If I hadn't had kids at Stanford and Duke and Florida and then kind of tracked their careers over their 4 years, saw whether they were successful or coming off of the bench or not playing at all. I had a girl at Colorado, Buffaloes. She played 90 minutes in 4 years of a spring match her junior year. But I already knew it going in. I mean, I already told her going in. Bill Hempen already told her going in, we'll take you as our fourth string goalkeeper and you can sit here and be part of the team and you're not going to ever get to play. And that's what happened. I've seen enough kids at all different levels, at all different places, all over the country. I've seen kids go from junior college to Penn State, from junior college to Florida State on the women's side, from junior college to Lipscomb and Barry, and I've seen kids make it into the tournaments. So kind of see the development pathways. I've seen kids at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 go to UCLA, go to place for Wolfsburg in Germany, go and then play in the MLS. So I remember what it looked like at the different stages. So I think whoever the recruiting people that you're talking to that are the experts, if they've seen that level, they should be able to evaluate you. So ask them to evaluate you. Ask them to give you, like, for free. I will tell people that, okay, you should be looking at the Southwest Athletic Conference if you want to play D1, or you should be looking at the MAC, or you should be looking at the Northeast Conference or the Atlantic 10, and ask them the differences. I mean, what's the difference between the Peach Belt and the MAC and the Southwest and the CCAA out in California? What's the difference between the junior colleges in California and the junior colleges in Iowa or Nebraska? What's the difference? Because there is a difference. And I think that if you can ask them those questions, they're not going to be able to answer those questions. They won't have evaluated you. They won't know the difference between all those conferences. They won't tell you where you're supposed to be going. And if they can't do that, I would say run. I would say keep your money and go find somebody else who's an expert. And I'm not saying go to me. I believe there are other people in this country doing sort of what I'm doing and in bits and pieces that are very good at what they're doing and are helping a lot of kids. I do believe that. I don't believe we're the only company in the world that's doing this the right way. That would be stupid and arrogant of me. But I do believe that there are more frauds and people ripping kids off and families than are helping them. I do believe that. And the other thing I've said, and you've heard me say this before, if somebody's coming after your sixth grader, seventh grader, eighth grader, run. If they're telling you you're behind, that you better get out in front of this, they're playing on FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Oh my goodness,